We have a few more phenomenal student comics before our professional headliner. Our next act, also funny. You guys are gonna love them. Make some noise for Steve Pratt.
Thank you. You are all looking at a 53-year-old's first ever beard. Thank you very much. It has generated a lot of feedback, and I thought we all knew the rules around giving people feedback on their physical appearance. Like, I think we all know you don't go up to somebody and be like, hey, your eyes are real close together. You look like an inbred caveman. We don't do that, right? Apparently, that rule does not apply to beards. Everybody feels like they just have a full green light to come up and talk shit about your face directly to your face. Like, every single interaction becomes like a Comedy Central roast of this. And most of it, not very nice. I have gotten some comparisons to some very nice, like, famous beards, though. Like, people say, like, oh, you look a lot like Jason Momoa on estrogen. Another nice one, you look like Ernest Hemingway after he shot himself in the face. I also got told that I looked like one of the stars of that hit TV series, The Summer I Turned Ugly. Which was, to be honest, a bit hurtful. I grew the beard in the hopes of becoming a little bit more of a manly man. I've never really fully felt like an adult man. I feel like, on the outside, I kind of look like a man, or maybe even an old man now. On the inside, it's all being run and operated by Little Boy Software, okay? I am like if you pictured like a briefcase, like a nice leather cured briefcase, where you're like, oh, that looks very professional and mature and very businesslike. But if you opened up the briefcase, it would be full of like crayon drawings of monsters and poop. That's kind of what's going on here, okay? Just all the time. I also thought that growing the beard would make me look more dangerous, and it totally has. Like for real, like the feedback I've gotten is like, you look like a convict in jail for unpaid parking tickets. Which is, that's better than where I am before the beard. So I think I'm gonna celebrate and get like a prison tattoo kind of across my chest, like something kind of badass, like F the Trapo. I'm looking and I see some confused looks in your eyes. I think it's because you're not familiar with how people talk on the inside of the yard. Okay? In prison vernacular, trapo means traffic police. Okay? I'm also thinking, like, I might get a second tattoo. Maybe it's like a big one on my back that's just like, no one tells me where I can't park. Which I think, like in the prison gym or like maybe on the outside in like a dude's locker room, pretty intimidating. I've also been told you look like a member of that biker gang, Heaven's Angels. And by biker gang, I mean an e-bike gang. Does anyone know where the next charging station is? Because I am almost out of juice. Hey, fellas. People said, you look like you hang around with shady people, like arborists. I also got told, you look like you have a lot of dark secrets. Dark secretions. You have horrible armpit stains. That was not even about the beard, but it still hurt. The beard has given me access to this kind of secret world of manhood that I've never been part of before. But the problem is, it's still me inside. Like, I don't belong, right? I feel like I'm kind of like deep undercover as a man, and the beard is my disguise. And I'm terrified I'm gonna get found out. Except like instead of, hey, he's wearing a wire, it's gonna be like, hey, that guy's got no chest hair, get him. And I am gonna get found out soon because I don't do a lot of manly things. I drink oat milk cappuccinos. I do Pilates. I work out my emotions by writing in a journal. And I do want to clarify a very important thing, okay? It's a journal. It is not a diary, okay? Dear journal, it's me, Steve. That's a journal. I don't even injure myself in manly ways. I recently tore a ligament in my left wrist and had to have reconstructive surgery on it. And if you didn't know me, and you just saw this kind of ferocious beard, you'd be like, I bet that guy injured himself in a really manly way. You're probably like, I bet that guy was jerking off with a force of 10 men! And just the pressure, his wrist must have just exploded. That is not what happened. I was tugging on a suitcase in my trunk, and just gone. But much like the journal, an important clarification, it was not a carry-on, okay? It was a full-ass suitcase for 2 reasons. It was too heavy to be a carry-on, had to check it. And number 2, it was heavy because it was full of a lot of lotion. Those are a lot of the reasons also that my children, who are here tonight, they have a betting pool on when I'm going to come out of the closet. The joke is on my children, though. My wrist has not healed. I'm not even strong enough to open a closet door, let alone come out of the closet. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You and I.